On the spot! 2K Sports swings through with the bigs. Also, we slash up Ninja Gaiden Sigma and play Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Blue Dragon, Tales of the World, and the newest booster packs for Luminous Live. Plus a first look at Mercenaries 2. We're live and on the spot. Hello, everybody, and welcome to On the Spot, GameSpot's live show we do every Thursday afternoon. We play a whole bunch of games you haven't seen before and have a good time. I'm your host, Rich Gallup. Jeff Gerstmann.
Where are we, dude?
Things look so different. What's going on? This is like the Ryan Davis set here. You got the couch. I'm looking in weird directions that people can't see.
I don't even know what's happening. Where are we?
I'll tell you where we are. We're at the pre-E3 preparation stage here for On the Spot. Because as everyone knows, the place for live coverage of E3 each and every year is GameSpot.com.
Yes, I knew that.
You knew that.
Yeah.
So we have to, we got to do some mock-ups here. We got to get ready, make sure everything's perfect. So there's stuff
line. There's like taped out.
everywhere.
Like this is what the stage size is gonna be.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So imagine what you're seeing right now, but just in Santa Monica, and that's E3.
So it'll be hotter.
Congratulations.
But also there'll be like a more of a wind, like a sea wind.
Yeah.
And also I'll be wearing shorter shorts because the beach is there.
That's frightening.
I know.
All right. So we have a great show for you today, Jeff.
Okay.
Although we might have Ryan Davis's backdrop.
Yeah.
We still have Ryan Davis. Hey, Ryan Davis.
I'm over here, and it's good. You guys are in my set, but I still have my set. Jeff's gonna wear short shorts in Santa Monica. Keeps trying to talk me into wearing Speedo. I don't know what that's about.
I think game
no one
coverage
wants
works
that.
better in a Speedo.
Ryan Davis is already on the beach right there. Did you see that? He is relaxing and having a good time.
I'm having a
virtual
good time
beach.
because we're gonna have a good time on today's show. We've got Tales of the World for the PlayStation Portable, PSP to you and me.
Oh.
We've got Harry Potter in the Order of the Shining Phoenix thing.
No shining, but yes.
What is it?
Order of the Phoenix. Yeah.
Yes, Harry Potter on the PlayStation 3, Blue Dragon for the Xbox 360 in English this time, so that's going to be exciting. Ninja Gaiden Sigma for the PlayStation 3, folks. We have it in the house. Final U.S. version. We're going to take a look at that. 2K is here with the Bigs, their new baseball game, and they're going to give us a demo of that. But first, Rich Gallup.
But first, I have to get everyone braced now. We're going to have a couple cool excitements at the end of the show, right, Jeff?
It's chaos, dude.
A couple.
Yeah.
More, no, it says one in the text over there, but there's going to be a couple.
Yep.
I want to get to those right now. But first, and before we get to 2K Sports, here are the Bigs. Mercenaries 2, Jeff.
Yeah, Mercenaries 2.
There's a new trailer out there for it.
I saw it. I'm excited.
Tell people what's Mercenaries?
Mercenaries is a game in which you go around and jack fools, kind of a Grand Theft Auto meets Mercenaries sort of thing.
2.
In it, everything explodes.
Everything explodes, yes, for sure.
And everything explodes in this trailer. Check it out. No, check it out.
Whoa, this trailer's awesome.
And that's Mercenaries 2. Watch the trailer again on the Mercenaries 2 Game Space using GameSpot's amazing new Flash player after the show, because right now I'm joined by Dan Brady, General Manager of Blue Castle Games. Hey, Dan, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me.
How you doing, man?
I am doing awesome. You know, our game is coming out in a week, and we're just really, really pumped right now.
And the game is the Bigs.
The game is the Bigs. It is huge.
And it is all about being pumped. I gotta say, that screenshot that you guys first released, like, we're making the Bigs, it's a crazy baseball game. Here's American flag tattooed bicep guy on the Tigers wearing sunglasses. I was
Yep.
like, sold.
Alternate reality. Tigers didn't do it last year, but in the Bigs, you can do it yourself.
Nice. And we're looking at the Xbox 360 version of the game right now. We will be looking at the Wii versions shortly. Dan, if you could introduce us to the Bigs. What sets it apart from other baseball games?
The Bigs is heroic baseball. It is, it's old-fashioned, good times baseball. It's your mind's eye idea of what this game should actually be. A lot of the games nowadays, they've gotten a lot slower. They've gotten a lot more pedantic in the way that they're doing things. The Bigs is just back to the basics. It's twitch. It's visceral. It's awesome. It's so much faster than the other baseball games that you've been playing recently.
And it's also, you got to point out immediately, it's licensed. There's David Ortiz.
Yeah, David Ortiz is a monster in this game.
Yeah, I would hope so. So while you're playing the Bigs, you say it's all about Twitch and stuff. How do the controls work?
Okay, well, we've simplified things for the batting interface. Let's start there. It is just a button press. A lot of the other games have been going to the stick recently. We're going back old school. The reason why we're doing this is pitches are coming in so much faster. Okay, this is not slow motion baseball like you've been playing recently, where a pitch says it's 100 miles an hour and the thing's actually coming in at 60 miles an hour. Now, these pitches are coming in at 100 miles an hour, and you are swinging out of your socks, and you're fighting to stay on top of it here.
So it's like collegiate softball speed then? Is that what you're saying?
That's what the other ones are doing.
Well, collegiate softball's fast. They're only throwing from like 5 feet away, I think. You know, that girl has anyways. So we're looking at the game right now. We're seeing points get added up to scores here. How's that working in the game?
Yeah, so there's a really complicated, not complicated, but a really sophisticated metagame which sits on top of the base gameplay, which really takes it up well, actually more than one notch. First notch up is turbo. So when you're at the plate or in the pitching, you throw a turbo pitch or you hit a turbo swing or a turbo in the outfield. It really does take things to the next level. And then on top of that, we've actually got the big play points, which you actually earn on the field. You actually do big plays, and you actually come up with some points. They go up, they fill up your big points bar. And at that point, you've got your big heat or your power blast. Actually, that was a nice little turbo pitch by Anthony there.
Nice.
That's cool. And then on top of that, we've got the duel mode, which is the all-in moment where basically everybody's risking everything. They're throwing all their points in, and it's basically a winner-take-all moment in the game. So it really does take the baseline gameplay, which is quite a bit faster than the regular sim game, and then it takes it up a notch with turbo, and then the opponent brings it up a notch, and then the other guy engages the big heat, and the other guy brings it up with the power blast, and then at that point it's the, oh man, you know, I cannot believe you did that to me. I'm all in.
Oh, man!
Yeah, that was cool.
Stealing the home run right there. What kind of animations are we going to see in the field like that make this obvious it's not a normal baseball game?
Oh, you're going to see a bunch of animations you haven't seen before. Big plate collisions. You're going to see big robs to the wall. You're going to see big swings, big reactions. You're going to see the fist pumps. You're going to see a lot of the really cool reactions, the really cool sort of heroic stuff that you'd expect to see in a game like this.
What about what kind of multiplayer do we have in the
So we
Bigs?
support up to four-player multiplayer. That can do up to 2 people per team. That's actually my favorite part of the entire game, is actually doing the 4-player multiplayer. It's absolutely awesome. Some of the advances that we've got with the PIP technology that goes on in this game, where we actually have a mini view of the diamond, it really facilitates gameplay for the multiplayer that people haven't been able to do before in baseball games.
Cool. And there's also a player customization mode, I believe?
Yeah, no, it's called the Rookie Challenge, and in the Rookie Challenge, basically you create a rookie, you start him out bare bones, he is basically fresh meat for the league, and he comes into the league, he actually moves forward from there, you spice him up a little bit and get a little bit of experience with him, you take him through the mini games, you actually go through spring training initially with this guy, you really bring him up to speed in the spring, and then you take him into the season. You actually go through a series of challenges, like you actually have to do, start out in the bottom of the 7th, and you actually have to do a comeback, that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Just a lot of scenarios, a lot of other single-player challenges for your rookie, and then there's the whole team aspect of the thing. And the whole goal of this thing is you basically go through a map, you go from city to city, you basically go through the All-Star game, which is coming up soon. You actually go through the actual trade deadlines. You actually take them to the LCS, LDS, World Series. At the end of the game, it's huge. The guy ends up as the MVP of the World Series. You feel like a king. It is the bigs. It's awesome.
Well, we're going to get Anthony set up on the Wii version right now. I'm going to toss it over to Ryan Davis. You ready for some questions from the audience, Dan? You can handle that?
Yeah.
Questions from the audience, please, Ryan Davis.
I'm getting a ton of questions. The one question I'm getting a lot of, I'm going to credit this to Nick from Lithuania, is how accessible is this game to folks who aren't baseball fans, haven't been playing the other baseball games that are out there? What's the accessibility level of the bigs?
Well, it is baseball. We are paying true homage to the sport of baseball here, but this is way more accessible than any of the other baseball games, and even a lot of the other sports games which have been going on recently, where a lot of those are about the absolute in-depth micromanagement of everything. This really is about the visceral experience. It really is about faster, bigger, more impact. It's just cooler baseball.
Can you still do things like play a whole 162-game season with the same team?
No, you can't play a 162-game season. That really didn't fit with the idea of the game. But that rookie challenge is about 20 hours of gameplay to play one league.
That's plenty.
And the way that we've actually done it is we've really made it so that when you go around from city to city, it really feels like you are playing a season. In many ways, I've worked on several baseball games before. I won't mention names here, but it really does feel like a season as you start going around the league. You start doing the spring training. You're actually training in between games. You actually end up at the All-Star break, like I said. You've got a trade deadline. We really are pushing sort of an arcade mode in a really sort of authentic way.
Cool. And now we are looking at the Wii version of the bigs, and Mr. Anthony Chow has the controller, grasping it like a bat. Dan, tell us about, obviously, everyone who has a Wii has played Wii Sports Baseball. I'm guessing there's a little more to this game than that.
Yeah, just a little bit
I noticed
more.
everyone has arms and legs, for example.
Yes, their arms and legs. Anthony, nice hit. So basically what we have here is we have a fully featured baseball game for the Wii. We're basically using the Wiimote for pretty much everything. This is a nunchuck plus Wiimote game. Anthony...
We'll get a shot of Anthony here playing the game. Don't you worry about it.
So we've got the batter wiggles, we've got the swinging, we've got the power swings, we've got diving with the Wiimote, you've got going up for a wall grab with the Wiimote. There's a lot of there are a few subtle changes to the game. We don't actually have a turbo mode in the Wii version. Instead, we've actually decided to go down the path of the sort of visceral, emphatic sort of motion with the controllers, where you can drum the controller to actually run in the outfield anytime you want, assuming you got the energy to do it. Nice waggle there, Anthony. That's awesome. I got a story. I was finishing this game up about a month ago, and I had to play the Wii version of it for about 3 days straight, all the time. And I don't know if I'm getting old or what's going on right now, but man, this thing is a workout, right? You are doing everything. And you start doing it in a 4-player game with guys in a room, and it is awesome.
So when you want to run the base pass quickly, you have no turbo button. You have to pump the arms in that way that only the Wii can make you do it.
You betcha.
Awesome. Let's get a couple more questions. You ready, Dan?
You bet.
All right. Anthony is now on the mound throwing heat. Ryan Davis, bring some of your own, please.
Stephen Lambay from Sarnia, Ontario, Canada wants to know if there's any lag between the motion on the Wii controller and in the game.
I think, personally, takes a little bit of time to register the controls every once in a while. That's just the nature of working with the Wii. Personally, when I'm playing it, I'm having trouble keeping up with the game, let alone feeling like there's lag there. And I think Anthony has the same problem looking at him right now.
Thank you very much.
One more question, please, Ryan Davis.
Will Clark from Eugene, Oregon.
No!
Hey, man, that's what the name says, Will Clark. Actually, it says William Clark, but he wants to know if there are any, ironically enough, he wants to know if there's any retired Hall of Famers playable in the game.
Not this time. We are really focusing on just taking the major leagues, making them cooler. The real thing is in this game is about taking that rookie, making him the absolute all-star, and taking him to the MVP of the World Series.
Awesome. Well, Dan, the game is the bigs. We've seen the Wii and the 360 version. Any other platforms? Anthony's going to hurt somebody.
Take down your set here.
Any other versions coming up?
There's the PSP, the PS2, the PS3, the Wii, and the 360.
Awesome.
It's on everything. Next week. It's going to be an awesome launch. We've been working on this thing for about 20 months now, and first game for Blue Castle, and we're just absolutely pumped to see this thing come out.
Well, congratulations to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Come back with your next game. You want to tell everyone what it is right now, obviously?
I can't speak about it yet.
I didn't think you could. Well, thank you very much, Dan. The game is the big. Stay tuned till the end of the show. We're going to give away 5 copies, as well as we got like an inflatable bat that says the bigs on it. A ball will be cool. Stay tuned for that. Right now, though, we got to toss it over Ryan Davis and Ricardo Torres. What's up, fellas?
We're just hanging out, and Ricardo's playing some Ninja Gaiden Sigma. He's ninjing around. You got your special purple pants on here.
I do.
So this is it. This is Sigma on the PlayStation 3 final retail code. This is what's going to look like when people get a hold of it.
Yep.
Let's get into the action here.
Cool. We're gonna watch me die.
All right. Well, it is Ninja Gaiden Sigma, so I mean, I think we expect that.
Because
you're wearing different pajamas than
this
usual.
is, if everybody remembers, the world's most annoying boss has gotten a makeover. He's a little more on fire.
He looks pretty fearsome here.
And
so we're gonna watch you die at this boss fight. Is that gonna be this demo?
Well, the nice thing about this boss fight is that if you guys remember it on the Xbox,
he's got you.
It was pretty hard because you didn't know when Horseboy was gonna jack you.
Right.
But now he's on fire. So you can kind of see when he's coming, and you can kind of dodge, although he's still a jerk.
So do you feel like that makes this encounter a little bit easier, or?
Because typically I would have died.
You're still not doing great. I'm gonna have to say.
I'm not, but I'm killing. The big thing is to get rid of his little buddies.
Yeah, these guys seem like a pain.
They are. Oh, does it? Oh. Yes, they are. Once you start to clear them out.
Are there any other graphical touches that we're seeing here that are new to Sigma, aside from the crazy fire that's flying off a guy?
Well, we messed around a little bit, and we checked out the box, and they did get all the crazy 1080p support in.
Nice.
So it's 1080i, 1080p. There is... Oh, you son of a... There's Yeah, there's all kinds of...
I know, great game to demo.
This is not the talking demo game.
So tell me more. I guess my question, because I didn't make it past the first nunchuck boss in Ninja Gaiden.
So this is all new for you.
I played that and I said, well, that's the end of it for me. So I guess my question is, like, we're seeing like these leaves falling, and there's the blood splatter that's staying on the ground. You just chop that guy's head off.
Yes.
Is any of this stuff going to be new to people who have played through Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox or Ninja Gaiden Black?
Visually, yeah. I mean, like I said, the horse dude is easier to spot, so now the odds of you getting just ganked are, well, I mean, they exist, but...
as we can see here.
But obviously, it's a little, jerk. It's a little easier to avoid him as he's coming at you, except for now. And you have this nifty little item thing that makes it a little easier, somewhat, to... Ow. It makes it a little easier to access items and whatnot. And so the new stuff that people that are familiar with, the new stuff that people that are familiar with this game will recognize, is there are new weapons that you'll be able to find as of the airship level. And there's new enemy placement, right? Because some of the enemies that you'll face early on are from later in the game, which is kind of cool.
Well, now you got rid of his little buddies, he seems to be a little bit easier to manage.
Except for the part where he doesn't like to line up for these shots. But we've almost got him, actually. Well, and if we kill him, and if I don't miss, you'll see one of the new things in the game, which is there are slightly different level layouts. in this early part, because there's actually a whole, if you guys remember the trailer that they debuted the game with, there was like that crazy, and yeah, I mean, he's a little easier now that I'm throwing down, he is a little easier. Like he's lots
There you go.
Take that, horse.
Stupid horse guy.
Yeah.
Fire, dude.
Fire horse.
Well played, sir.
Thank you.
So we're going to see new stuff up here?
Yeah, if you guys remember the trailer, he was, you know, our boy was kind of like being all ninja in a fiery house.
So we're going to see a house on fire here?
We are.
Well, while we wait for that to load up, Rich, you want to get some, I'm sure there's a million questions from the folks at home.
There are a ton of questions, and pretty much everyone is asking. We'll give it to John Harmon from Newport, UK. I think we're going to have to wait for the review to have this question answered completely, but if you've already played Ninja Gaiden Black, should everyone be excited about Ninja Gaiden Sigma? It seems like there's been a lot of versions of this game out there.
There have been. They're kind of, please God, pick up from the burning house. Oh, well. We're going to talk. There's a bunch of different reasons. I mean, they're kind of calling it like, oh, I just have to beat the horse guy again. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different versions of this game where there have been, because each one is kind of carrying the whole core Ninja Gaiden game a little bit further. This one they're kind of touting as like the ultimate one, because on top of like the graphical stuff, they've tweaked the gameplay, they've refined it a little bit because they've listened to user feedback. Oh God, well I bet I can see this again. They've tweaked it according to user feedback. So, I mean, if you guys remember how balls to the wall hard it was before, it's not that bad. I mean, obviously I beat the horse dude, like first try, and anybody that played the other ones got killed at least once. Well, most of them. And as far as additional content, besides like those levels that I talked about, there's a whole other playable character, Rachel, who everybody remembers as the busty chick, who appeared in all the cutscenes. She's actually not playable.
So it sounds like whether you want to play this game, if you play it already, is going to depend on your level of Ninja Gaiden commitment.
Yes, and also, you know, how badly you want to show off, because, you know, as with some of the other ones, there will be worldwide leaderboards. So, you know, if you're good, you'll rank really high, and it won't matter what country your fellow ninja players are in.
Rich, what else do the folks at home want to know about?
We'll give our last question here to Ian Farrell in Ohio. I'm going to paraphrase a question, Ian. What are they going to call the Xbox 360 version of this game?
Ninja. What's Sigma's what alphabet?
Greek.
Yeah, so you know the one after Sigma. I don't know. This version is actually
Sigma Black.
Yeah, there you go. This version is actually exclusive to the PS3. Well, that's what they're saying, and it probably should be, because I mean, this is essentially Ninja Gaiden Black with extras, yeah. But I'm pretty sure that for the Xbox they'd want to do folks a solid.
You think they're going to break through with something new?
I mean, eventually, sure, why not? I mean, this thing sold.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Ricardo, thanks for coming by and giving us a little show.
No problem.
Rich, what do you got over there? You got RPG nonsense, huh?
Yeah, not yet though. First, we're gonna check out this trailer. You know how there's like skateboarding games out there, or there's Tony Hawk. Well, there's a new one. It's called Skate from EA. We're finally getting to see what the game looks like, especially in trailers just like this.
Shouldn't be sorrow. Never seen you change your mind before. Never seen you change your mood. Everybody get away from me. Don't everybody push that door. Everybody stop asking me. I'm telling you I'm not in love. There's no such thing. 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 There's no such thing!
You can watch that trailer again on GameSpot's Skate Game Space, but wait until after the show. Brad Shoemaker joins us now. Before we start playing some Blue Dragon, hey.
Hi.
Hey.
How's it going?
Jeff, you're a skateboard game fan.
Yeah.
Are you happy to see there's another one out there, get some competition in the genre?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I mean, I think that, especially lately, Activision and Neversoft have been pretty good about making pretty dramatic changes to Tony Hawk from year to year. But at the same time, it'll be interesting to see someone else's take on that genre. And they say that Skate's going to be a little more realistic without the gigantic, crazy combo action of Tony Hawk, which that kind of cuts both ways. I don't know if I'm down with that, but I'm interested in seeing more.
Gleaming the Cube was on TV the other night. I just want an option where you can go under a Mack truck.
That
Real time.
Yeah.
Yeah. on the
Real-time
highway.
Mack truck physics.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, Brad.
Thanks.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay.
Blue Dragon.
Blue Dragon.
You're even wearing blue
I am.
for Blue Dragon.
It's a theme show.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Crazy over here.
I guess I got a little of both.
Then we're
What are
fighting.
you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
It's in English.
It's in England. Oh, Blue Dragon.
Yes,
Right, Blue Dragon. What is Blue Dragon?
Moving on.
Xbox 360 RPG.
It's like the first big Japanese, one of the first big Japanese RPGs for the 360. Done by Mistwalker, which is the new company of Sakaguchi-san, who created Final Fantasy back in the day. So probably knows his RPG stuff
Probably.
pretty well.
Well, let's.
Knows his way around a mustache.
Yes.
Does have a pretty fine stash. We are playing the game now. And
Let's
it's
check
in
it
English.
out.
Yeah, like you may remember we had this, like 6 months or so
a
ago?
while ago.
It's been a while. We had the Japanese import version. Now it's in English. RPG is obviously pretty text heavy, so we're getting a lot more out of it now that it's in English.
You can understand like
Definitely.
people's names and things.
Yeah. Well, more importantly, starting to explore the gameplay systems more, like understanding the battle stuff a little bit more. There's some pretty neat stuff going on under the hood here.
Well, tell us about it.
Let me see if I can jump into a battle here. I'm trying to find somebody to fight.
Obviously, random battle, or are you looking for someone on the map
It's
here?
not. It's kind of. Well, you can see the enemies. Okay. So it's sort of Chrono Trigger style, if you remember that game, where you can kind of run around the enemies. Mm-hmm. But it's also got some stuff going on where you can loop multiple enemies in. If there was another enemy in that ring there, then I could fight both of them at the same time.
Okay.
And you get some bonuses when you do that sort of thing. You can do this little pounce move where I sort of get a jump on the guy. So the big thing with this game is that your characters aren't doing the fighting; it's their shadows. Like they discover this technology or magic. I don't really know what it is yet, but.
That's a Blue Dragon.
Yes, essentially, as you can see there.
Oh.
So you're fighting with your shadows, which turn into big blue monsters. The main character, Shu, has a big dragon here. So the shadows are obviously way beefier than you. You get a lot more powerful melee attacks, but they also have all kinds of magical properties, different special abilities, that kind of thing.
It actually kind of adds a slight level of almost realism into now it's believable that these cute little kids can actually fight
like
monsters
these like
now.
9-year-old kids, actually, yeah.
Although they would probably should have like died the moment they got hit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what are you gonna do?
I've also been getting into there's a class system in this game. You can change your shadow's class. There's different, it's basically sort of like a job system, like in the Final Fantasy games. So like Shu's dragon right now is the Swordmaster class, so it's strong in melee fighting. Doesn't have any magic though, but then the other characters are doing some more magical stuff. There's an assassin class, like a monk that specializes in melee. There's like a kind of a jack of all trades class.
So I see your party right now has 3 characters.
Yeah.
Do you know how big it gets?
I'm not sure yet. It looks like on the
couple- I'll
screen
say
here, it looks
5.
like there might be room for some more. I don't
Yeah.
know, but this is only a couple hours into the game, so. And as I mentioned, it is in English, so I'm going to see if I can get some voice acting going here.
This is the graphic style I noticed is really nice.
Yeah, the characters were all designed by Akira Toriyama, who's the Mr. Dragon Ball. He's done all the Dragon Quest
Awesome.
games. Yeah. So, and here's English. Like I said,
You're-
totally speaking English.
How
now.
much did you play the game in Japanese to get so excited that this is in English now?
Not that much. It's just but that's the big feature. Well, I mean, I was talking to Microsoft. I said, what's the big difference besides the localization? And they said, well, we wanted to stay true to Sakaguchi's vision for the game. So it's just been localized, but it's been localized very thoroughly because this version has both full English and French vocal tracks for
Awesome.
the French Canadians
The
on this
on the
continent.
spot audience is global.
And yes, in fact, the European version is going to have like 4 or 5 different languages,
Spoken?
all fully voice acted. Yeah.
Wow.
Which means it'll be out sometime in late 2009. Sorry, Europe.
I'm
Yeah.
sure we have a ton of questions coming in because this is an RPG and that, brings in the questions, a lot of different elements.
Yes.
Ryan Davis, what are people asking us?
Question I'm getting a lot of, I'm going to attribute this one to David Wickham in Benicia. Will the game have the original Japanese dialogue with English subtitles as an option?
Yes. It does, as a matter of fact. It's got English, French, and Japanese in the North American version.
Why you gotta pause the game?
Because it was a cutscene. I thought people
keep
might
playing.
want to see
All right,
it.
fine. Well,
Hey, check out this cutscene.
It's like a
Drill.
Tonka
So,
toy.
like I said, it's early in the game, but the story is basically that you're roaming around this world where this ancient technology exists from like an old civilization, and there's this impish guy named Nene who's like the big bad guy. He seems to be in control of a lot of this technology. So you're kind of
He looks like an evil Dragon Ball Z guy.
yeah, basically
pretty
yeah.
much.
So you're exploring around. I'm inside this big drill now. There's these little robot buddies here that'll like sell me
Did you
stuff.
just pick up a Phoenix Down?
I think that was a Phoenix Talon.
Oh, totally different.
Talon. Ryan Davis, more questions.
Let's see. Ruben Garcia from Boca Raton, Florida. He wants to know, this is coming from the guy who made Final Fantasy. How much does this feel like a Final Fantasy game?
I would say, it feels like Japanese RPGs. I mean, that's a formula that's been in use for, 20 years now, so it definitely is drawing on those conventions. But like I said, some of the job system, the class stuff, like the shadow stuff, it feels a little unique. So
How deep would you say the various systems are? One thing I remember hearing people say about the Japanese version of the game is that, yeah, it was like a Japanese RPG, but in terms of like gameplay depth, it was like a Japanese RPG from, say, 15 years ago.
Well, I've only gotten 2 or 3 hours into it. I could see there seems to be like a fair amount of customization you can do with your characters, because if you're using one job class, you learn skills from that class, but then you can switch to another class and retain those previous skills that you learned. So there's a lot of mixing and matching you can do in terms of the abilities that you build up.
Next question, please, Ryan Davis.
Let's see here. Janti Harris from Toronto wants to know, how many playable characters are there?
I'm going to say more than 3. I don't know. Like I said, pretty early on, so still delving here.
If you could guess a length, 300 hours,
I've heard
400 hours,
Probably not that many. I've heard it's in like the 30-hour range.
500 hours.
That's hearsay, but that's
So that's 10 hours a disc, right?
30 solid.
sure something like that.
And because it is an Xbox 360 game, might as well get the question out of the way quickly. I hear the achievements are a little tricky for kids out there.
There are a few kind of easy ones to get, but a lot of them are like, max characters out to level 99 or like get 1 million gold or something like that. So I think you're gonna have to put in some time to get the majority of them.
Ryan Davis, one last amazing question, please.
Oh, man.
One last amazing question.
Eric Schapp from Denver, Colorado wants to know, is the storyline strictly linear, or is there going to be branching paths?
So far, it's definitely linear. I mean, like the environments just constrain you to go from point A to B, and there's a lot of cinematic sequences and stuff, so it depends on that kind of narrative linearity. But,
Well, thanks, Brad. The game
Sure.
is Blue Dragon for the Xbox 360.
Yes.
Coming out soon.
in August.
August. So
yes.
we'll probably see more of this game at E3, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Brad. You're a Harry
Sure.
Potter fan, right?
Yes.
You are?
I do enjoy some Potter.
Nice. Well, we have some Harry Potter for you right now with Aaron Thomas and Ryan Davis. Take it away, fellas.
I'd say he more than just enjoys Harry Potter. Brad's way too into...
His middle name is Hufflepuff.
He's been...
I'm
he's sort of
totally a
Ravenclaw.
Gryffindor. Shut up.
He's been trying
I
to
have
like
to go.
he's been trying to talk me into
Oh, jeez.
reading the books. That's how bad a man Brad Shoemaker is. But I'm joined by Aaron Thomas, a good person. You could be from Hufflepuff. I could see that being you.
Thanks.
With Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Yes.
For the PlayStation 3.
Yes,
Take us into this world of magic and wonder.
I'll do my best. All right, so basically the game starts off with Harry Potter has gotten in trouble for using magic in front of a muggle and goes back to school.
Person, right?
Ask Brad, he knows. Yes.
Magic using person.
Eventually he ends up back at school where he has a new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, and
Because those don't last.
he's not a fan. So they're going to start what's called Dumbledore's Army. I'm not quite there yet in the game, but I'm learning my spells, learning my way around Hogwarts. So as you can see there, I set the logs on fire, which is cool. You can do all sorts of. If you see something light up, basically that means you can often interact with it. I don't know what to do with that one. I can move it around and
Make those pillows float. Now I'm seeing here on the controller, and you can see kind of in Harry's arm movement that you're kind of dictating where his arm goes when he has the wand out, and it seems like that's kind of affecting what sort of spells he can actually cast.
yeah, you can use the right analog stick for spells, which are like tapping up or up, down, up. You can also use the 6-axis, so you could move it forward. And
Get out of that
she's
ghost,
got-
dude.
she's. So this is one of the paintings that you can get really close to.
Huh.
We'll try that again.
Every time you discover
This guy's. This is where the rewards are unlocked. Basically, when you walk around, to encourage you to try new things. If you see something that looks like you might be able to do something with it, you might be able to pick some paintings up, put them back on the wall, or put together statues that are broken. And this is where you'll see your rewards. So I've unlocked one so far. This is an interview with the guy that plays Ron Weasley. It's kind of cool. So you can just jump in and out of the game, check these out, and there's a whole room full of these things.
Well, fantastic. Let's go see some actual magic casting.
You guys want some questions while you do that?
Dude, so bad.
Awesome. I have to admit, Brad does not sit on this set alone. I have read all of the Harry Potter books.
Thank you.
Not the biggest fan of the movies, though, and Adam Gillespie from Chatham, Kent, has a similar question that I would be asking. Does the game follow the movie more or the book? Obviously, no one's seen the movie yet, so we can't really tell. But Aaron, you spent a little bit of time in the game. It's a movie tie-in game. How book-related is it?
It seems to do, at least so far, a pretty good job of handling both of those. You can, there's a lot of, it assumes you kind of know some spells, or at least the names of spells. It teaches you them, but it appears that there's a lot of stuff that fans of the books would like. This is a map of the whole Hogwarts here. You can bring up people. So right now we're looking for Neville Longbottom. We can highlight it here, and that will put up the footsteps. You can also, if I hit left on the D-pad, these are all the places I can go. There are a lot. You can see there's just a lot.
Are you going to be leaving Hogwarts over the course of this game, or is it going to be taking place at the school, you think?
I have not left yet.
You got it if it follows the story.
But I can.
Spoiler.
Nice job, dude.
Everyone knows, whatever. It's in the trailer.
So these footsteps are kind of leading me where I need to go. It's a huge campus. These stairs, I don't like waiting for them. Kind of impatient, but I can't go
I see
there.
you've got Ron and
Oh, I
Hermione following you around.
There we go.
Can you switch control?
I haven't yet. You should, according to the game, you will be able to play as other characters, and you get to do a few different things. All my time so far has been spent as Harry.
Apparently, it's been spent running around stairs also.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. So here, this thing's falling apart. So I will fix it
Well played, sir.
because that's what I do. This one here, I can set it all on fire because that's what I do too. And you just kind of run around and keep doing things like that. There's
flaming
I don't remember this guy.
Ah, they're everywhere.
This is one of the shortcuts that I unlocked earlier. I hadn't gotten to take it yet, and this will save me some time walking around if I can find my footsteps.
What's the mission structure like?
Right now, it's basically been find this guy and go do this. I've had to go find spell books. I've had to learn new spells, talk to other people. There will be some mini game type things. I've got a little bit of combat that I've been introduced to, but it really hasn't been much. So I'm going to light this thing on fire and work with all the other guys.
While you do that, Rich, can I get one more question?
Sure, let me find one. Let's see, it's from Paul Corkindale. He's in Glasgow. Is this a kid's game, or would anyone like it?
So far, it seems like a Harry Potter fan would like it, which kids and adults. It seems to be pretty friendly as far as guiding you where you need to go, but there also is a lot to do, and it's a little slow paced right now. So you got to have a little bit of an attention span to have some success with it.
So that's Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix for the PlayStation 3. It's going to be coming out, I'm sure, on a whole mess.
Yeah,
of
pretty
different
much.
platforms.
A lot of stuff. It comes out next week.
Comes out next week, and you've got a preview coming up on this?
Yeah, we should have some videos, some screens, some good stuff.
Excellent.
So.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank
Rich,
you.
back to you.
Thank you, gentlemen. I don't know if you guys know this. We have a game show we do here on the GameSpot. It's called Button Mashing.
Yeah.
GameSpot presents Button Mashing. Brad, you're still here. You okay, buddy?
I ain't going anywhere.
All right. Well,
You can't be rid of me.
Producer Vinny Caravella, if there's one thing he loves more than making button mashing, it's making awesome trailers for button mashing.
That's true.
And he made another one for tomorrow's episode. So be sure to come back tomorrow for this episode of Button Mashing that you're going to see featured right here in this very trailer. Check it out.
Am I gonna dance in this one?
From the minds that brought you On the Spot. Discover a world where the ordinary becomes extraordinary.
Today is Bizarre Nintendo Controller Day here at Button Mashing.
Pumper cars. What's
Pumper
wrong?
cars?
Yeah, pumper cars.
Pumper cars. Yeah, none of these controllers are your standard video game controller.
3 will compete.
You can handle it?
Chris.
Yeah.
Vidal.
You gonna be okay?
I think so. What are we doing again?
Joe.
You know what? That could be the answer. We don't know.
Okay. I switched areas. I got confused. Birdo has failed me many times.
Birdo fails everybody.
But only one person will truly be.
For that, you get owned. Big stamp.
It's gonna be violent.
We proudly invite you to join us this Friday
Who thinks they won? Who won? Who's got it?
Totally won.
You totally won?
I think I totally won.
You
for a new episode of Button Mashing.
Tomorrow, be right here at GameSpot.com to check out Button Mashing. It'll be going up, I think, 4 Pacific time. That's when we're
4 o'clock.
And the rerun will live on for internet eternity. Be sure to check it. It looks exciting. You guys excited?
Yeah.
totally.
I'm jumping out of my chair right
It's
now.
the world's greatest video game show.
So I hear.
Awesome. Well, Brad, you're still here.
I am.
You still got the Xbox 360
Still have it
controller
on.
again. And while Tales of the World Radiant Mythology might be behind you, you're actually going to be playing Luminous Live.
Playing Luminous Live. Remember this?
Yeah, there's
Remember
like
Luminous?
booster packs or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. You know what? I left my notes offset, so I'm gonna have to remember everything off the top of my head.
Sure,
See if
whatever
I
you
can
got. What do you
remember.
got? What do you got?
So they are putting out some new bonus packs for Luminous Live. This one that I'm playing right now is the booster pack, which adds something like 20 new skins, I think it is.
Yes.
To the challenge mode. They're not all new skins. Some of them you have seen in Luminous 2 on the PSP, but a good number of them, including the one I'm playing right now, are specially created for this update.
It looks nice.
Yeah, this one's 600 points for these 20 new skins. So yeah, all kinds of new crazy music,
Luminous
and
Live-
visuals, and yeah.
Luminous Live is a great game. Luminous is a great puzzle game. It seemed kind of unfortunate when it came out. It seemed like it was part of some economics experiment by the
Yeah.
folks at Xbox Live Arcade,
Yeah.
and it seemed a little overpriced.
Yeah.
But you said this is 20 new levels for
600 points. Yes,
That's,
$750.
yeah.
You guys do the math. I'm playing.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah, so I mean, as you can see, it's still Luminous. It's not going to totally shake up the game, but it is going to make it look
it
different.
is new levels. I can keep staring at it all day.
And they put out a second pack. Would you like me to jump into that now?
Yeah,
Should I
sure.
keep on
Go
cranking
ahead.
on this one?
Okay, jump into this. What's this? So this is 20 level booster pack.
That was called the booster pack, and then as you can see, I also have the Tokyo Club Mix.
Woo!
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
In the club.
Yeah, like so they roped in a bunch of Tokyo-based DJs to contribute music and stuff to this mode. In fact, Tetsuya Mizuguchi, who created the whole thing, I'm not exactly sure how he's involved with Genki Rockets, his group. Like I think he produces it, but they've got a track in here. So yeah, I mean this is definitely going to be more kind of club influenced stuff, and this stuff is all new.
All brand new.
Yeah, and it's also
Did you say Tokyo-based DJs?
based.
Oh,
As
okay.
in-
Sounds
as
like
in they live-
awesome.
As in
Tokyo bass scene.
as they live and perform there. But yeah, maybe that too. I don't know.
Now this pack not only does it have all these DJs, Brad, it's also for charity.
Yeah. Now,
the kids?
now I really wish I had that sheet because
Yeah.
I remember
Luminous
all
is
of,
for the children.
all
Yeah.
of the details. But yeah, so there's going to be I think it's called Live Earth. is the musical event that's happening in the near future.
Correct.
So essentially, anybody that buys this this pack between next Wednesday and I believe it's the 17th of July, a portion of the profits from this pack are going to go toward like green causes, essentially like environmental stuff. So
Cool.
it's
how much
for
does
a
it
good
cost?
cause, and this one I believe is 350 points.
Do you know how many levels? It's just it's not as many as 20.
I have to imagine it's fewer levels. Yeah, it's
Five to
definitely not
10-ish
20. Yeah,
something.
I haven't played all the way through it yet, but
Cool.
So-
It's more downloadable content. Did they
Yeah.
add more achievement points with it as well? or-
not that I know of. As far as I know, it's just the skins. But it's pretty trippy, as you can see. So
And it sounds like they're coming out soon.
yes, next week.
Next week?
Yes.
All right, cool. Luminous Live. Thank you, Brad.
Yep, sure.
You can hang up to the end of the show if you want. You can
Okay.
get out here either way.
Okay.
Right now, we're going to toss it over to Ryan Davis. Did Ricardo Torres come back, Ryan?
Ricardo Torres is back in the house, and he has brought with him Tales of the World: Radiant Mythology for the PlayStation Portable.
Yes,
PSP.
I did.
What is this? What are we going to get into here?
This we are hopping into an original Tales game for the PSP, which is
Excellent.
really cool if you like the Tales series, and have been waiting for something to hit the PSP since nobody brought over the conversions of the originals for PSP that are out in Japan and Europe.
Folks chomping at the bit for PSP RPGs.
Yes.
This will sate their hunger.
Yeah, it's really cool because it is. Oh look, there's my little flying cat friend.
Fantastic.
His name's Mormo.
So that's how it's going to be, huh?
Yeah, that's
Flying talking cats.
Yeah. Well, come on.
Just want to make sure.
So, like the Tales games, you have like these little conversations that happen, and Mormo is doing the big eyes, and you will recognize, and there's conversation trees, and you're recognizing some familiar faces from previous Tales games. In this,
Do we know where this fits in chronologically?
this is kind of outside because there are 19 characters that you can kind of tap over the course of the adventure. Oh yes, the volume.
The volume. There we go.
See, now you guys can hear. There are up to 19 different characters that you're
Okay.
going to encounter and be able to take with you on stuff, which is really cool. And just to keep it kind of portable, but also give you the RPG flavor. So you have towns that have a couple set locations you can go to. The cool thing is there are jobs in the thing. This is me.
It's a nice hat.
It's quite jaunty.
Does that
So I'm a
infer
mage.
any bonuses with that hat?
It does.
Can you get different hats? What's the hat system like?
The hat system. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you something that will amuse everyone.
Everyone?
Okay, well, this is not the right shot to
Gather
do.
around, folks.
So, obviously, it's an RPG. You got clothes, you got armor. If you go over here, you have points.
Armor shop.
You can exchange points that you earn for different outfits. So I'm going to try out
uniforms.
Swimsuits, whatever.
Stylish.
That is a good look for this guy.
No, but just wait. Okay, we'll do dog.
Dog.
Yep. I saw one that said Gothic
Oh
Princess.
no, doggy. Sorry.
I don't think I want to know.
I was gonna say.
No,
Gothic
so-
Princess K. Snow Strawberry K. I want to know what that is.
Which one?
Snow Strawberry K.
All right.
Fantastic.
RPGs.
Yeah.
Excellent. So there's plenty of dress up.
There is, and there's plenty of crafting for people that like their Tales games.
Yeah.
You go into the craft menu, you can cook pastas and meat recipes right now.
Obviously, there's space for a lot more there.
Yes, you can forge, you can refine a bunch of different items into minerals. You can do jewelry, polishing, and clothing. You get tools, you can make them. But the real meat of it is obviously the questing.
Let's go get our quest on.
So what you do is you hop over to your guild.
Okay.
And you talk to this chick over here, and you usually have a bunch. We've been playing through a few, and the purple ones tend to be story driven, and they'll move things along.
Does it say Kratos is your client?
Yes, but it's not the one you think.
Because that'd be awesome.
So let's go get wheat.
Sure.
So you get a quest, head out over here, go to the inn, and talk to the person with the little flashy thing.
Now, what is kind of the overarching story here?
So basically, magical trees keep worlds safe.
Of course.
There's this thing called the Devourer, that has been killing the magical trees and worlds. And this particular world's magical tree creates you. Because when you start the game, you can choose to be, male, female, and you get kind of spit out. And you are created to defend this world from bad things. And your little buddy Mormo did not actually do a very good job because he was also made by the tree where he came from.
Okay.
And it all kind of died, so he went over to your world to try and...
So let me get this straight. So, world-threatening evil, young boy and his friends.
Flying cat.
Flying cat.
See?
Unknown potential.
Yep.
Friendship.
Memory loss.
Memory loss.
You got it all.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Rich, what do the folks at home want to know about this game?
Steven in Miami wants to know, does this game have awesome anime cutscenes?
Yes.
Done. Next question.
What I was hoping was that... I just got something.
Breathed on you.
What I was hoping was when we came back, we would see the awesome anime cutscene with bitch and rock music that the series is known for. And I got pork from killing a pig.
That makes sense. So is this combat real time? This looked like that was kind of a blend.
It's based on the system that is used. And you see, when you finish a quest, you can warp right back to the quest giver and turn it in and keep on going. So it's a little different from the console-based ones that require a lot of running around. They're big on warping, which is good because you can just play it. See, English. But you wanted to know about... What'd you ask?
Just how the combat was.
Oh yeah, so the combat's taken from Tales of the Abyss.
Okay.
It's based on that system. So it is. Do we want to tell her that she's fat, or if she's going to work off all that food?
Fat. Just make fun of her. While you give girls body image issues,
Yes.
Rich, you want to give me one more question?
Last question comes from Harry in England. I've never played any Tales games before. Is this a good game for newcomers?
It's really user-friendly. I mean, it gets a little bit in-depth once you start to get into all the crafting, because you want to make sure that you get all the materials. I mean, if you've played RPGs where there's crafting...
You get really lost in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but this is, it's pretty simple. You can just pop into a menu and it tells you what's going on. It's this is what you need, this is where your skill has to be, and you pick up recipes as you go. So it's pretty user-friendly as crafting goes. You can get parties of up to 4.
Okay.
That you'll meet in the game. You can go to places and recruit folks. The awesome thing is, I think, yes, we're at the end. So...
3 weeks.
Yes, well, she needed them. And grade points and gold and fame.
Because
you have to be
all sorts of
famous.
stuff.
So the
Walk away, man.
The thing is, you go to an evaluation because you are new to the town, and then you can check out if people like you or not. So Reed, he kind of likes me.
He's starting to accept you.
But see, this person, not yet.
Well, you'll have to work on that, Ricardo.
Yes. And you see there's tons of people to make friends with.
Awesome stuff. So the game is Tales of the World.
Yes.
It's coming to the PSP.
July 17th.
July 17th. Excellent. Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you for having me.
Rich, what's up next?
All kinds of stuff. We've gotten to the end of the show. Soon we'll be giving away 5 copies of the Bigs to 5 lucky GameSpot subscribers. But first, Jeff, we've gotten to the announcement part of the show.
Right.
Who's not my announcement first or your announcement first?
Why don't you go ahead and go first?
Okay, my announcement is obviously we just had that trailer for button mashing.
Yeah.
We here wanted to make a game show, so we made a game show.
Yeah.
There's another kind of show we've been wanting to make for a long time. It's been in the works. Mm-hmm. It's called Time Trotters.
Yes.
The animated series is what you made us put on the title there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Because it is.
It's about basically cartoon versions of us going back through time to play old games and have a good time, make jokes, crack the wise.
Crack wise about
Yes.
some of the greatest games of yesteryear.
Yeah, exactly.
Some real classics.
Total classics. And we had a little mini viral thing going on, hinting to people about it back in January, and we're ready to put some official facts out there about it.
Yeah.
And should we just? I brought a clip.
You brought a clip?
I understand.
All right. Why don't you set up this clip? I understand you brought a clip. Why don't you
All right,
set this up for us? What's
clip,
going on here?
Some people have already seen part of this. It's Time Trotters, the animated series.
Yeah.
What you're going to see is the actual intro to the show, and then the unveiling of the first game, the subject of the first episode of Time Trotters, the animated series. Check it out. There it is. Time Trotters, the animated series. Look for the premiere episode, E3 2007.
I was confused. It said E307. I thought, wait a minute, we're making a game now? Sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, we'll be debuting during GameSpot's live coverage of E3. In case you couldn't figure it out, the very first game is what, gentlemen?
That's Wu-Tang Shaolin style for the PlayStation.
It's a true classic.
A great fighting game.
So in case you want to know more about the genesis of Time Trotters, back when we used to do GameSpotting Live, where we just made crazy ideas. Well, you guys did the regular weekly GameSpotting editorial stuff.
Yeah.
We'd occasionally do wacky video portions and...
Yeah, when we could talk you guys into editing our weird ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the ones we had was like a Quantum Leap-esque show almost, where you guys go back in time and you play... What'd you play?
TNC Surf Design for the NES.
Yes.
Yes.
So, it's live action. You can check that out, but it's going animated. Wu-Tang Shaolin style will be the first game. It's awesome. There's all kinds of surprises and stuff in there that we didn't even put in that trailer. What you just saw is like maybe part of the first third or something.
Yeah,
or quarter.
It's barely
or,
any part of it.
Yes. So there's that portion of the announcements.
Yes.
We'll put that trailer up so you can watch it all over and over again. Jeff.
Hi.
There's more important stuff to talk about though.
So if you've been following the site lately, you've noticed that we've been changing a fair amount of things around the site. We have a new top nav bar where we've eliminated some of the older platforms that just aren't seeing new games these days. As well, we've rolled out new search engine technology that'll make our search, work, which is nice. And a new Flash video player, which is of course huge. You're getting larger videos and fancy new technology. But there is more to come, and we are planning on rolling out something very big next week.
What is it?
Well, it's going to be a facelift of our GameSpace pages, which is where you go to get the kind of in-depth, deep information about each and every game that we cover. On top of that, we are going to be making a very significant change to the way that GameSpot reviews games.
You guys aren't going to review games anymore?
Yeah, we're going to just stop.
Awesome!
Yeah.
It's so much less work for everybody.
We can just hang
here.
out. No, we are. I'm not going to get too specific about the changes just yet, but you will see them next week. We are going to be making changes that are aimed to kind of simplify the process for everyone and make everything a little easier to understand, a little more transparent for people.
Total seamless transition. Everyone will totally get it the moment it's there. It's cool.
Yes, it is very cool, and we will have some more explanation about kind of the hows and whys of the system as we lead up to its unveiling.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Jeff, Ryan. That was a great show.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited about Time Trotters. I'm excited about the new review stuff. I'm excited about the new page.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
Yes.
It's madness around here.
Let's give away some games then and get out of here.
Okay.
We have 5 copies, courtesy of 2K Sports. This baseball, and there's a bat. That blows up as well. It keeps deflating though. But we're gonna give it away to 5 lucky GameSpot subscribers. 1 will get the ball and bat. And the way people win prizes here, first you have to be a GameSpot subscriber. You hit the Win Prizes tab on the live show. If you're watching the rerun, you're not gonna find that tab because it's we gotta have the fancy player.
People already won.
Thursday
people
afternoon.
already won.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So click on Win Prizes, choose question number 1 in the drop-down menu, and prepare to answer this multiple choice question as quickly as you can. Here it is. It's based on the bigs. It's a bigs question. There it is.
Okay.
So.
All right.
No. Yep.
Who am I?
It's green. You're green.
I'm green. Dude, you gave it away.
Oh, I got so caught up in the moment.
Yeah, they'll work on that. While we work on that, so man, I just keep going crazy. So, how you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah. You ready for E3?
Yeah, I'm ready for E3. I'm a lot more excited right now about the stuff, the GameSpace stuff next week. It's been months in the making. It's been something that's been driving me crazy for at least the last 6 months.
All it takes is you got to put some tape around the floor, and all of a sudden you're at E3.
Yeah.
It's not there? I'll give you the question. I wrote it. I'll tell you what the question is. You guys ready? No graphic for this. We talked about earlier, I don't know if we talked about it during the demo. I think we did. Yes. There's an amazing screenshot for the bigs. Perhaps you guys have seen it. It's like a dude on the Tigers with a blonde beard and awesome sunglasses and this amazing American flag tattoo on his forearms.
Yes, I have.
Gigantic pipes playing baseball. So the trivia question is, first 5 people to answer this correctly, obviously you're gonna have to go to the Bigs GameSpace now to find the screenshot, is which Detroit Tiger does that man most resemble? Your choices are A,
Chet Lemon. B, Cecil Fielder. C, Dimitri Young. Put that in there for the Word Up Tommy guys. Have you seen that? Yeah, they love him over there. Or D, Alan Trammell. Alan Trammell.
Alan Trammell. Nice. Taking it back.
Well, they're all taking it back. None of them
but
like
Alan
Dimitri Young's
Trammell
on the
is,
Nationals. Yeah, I was going to say Gary Sheffield, but he was on the Yankees, so forget that.
No Thomas
guy.
Magnum, honorary Tiger.
That would have been a good choice. E, Thomas Magnum. Anyways, first 5 people who answer that correctly win themselves copies of the Bigs, and we will announce them on next week's show. You guys ready to get out of here?
Totally.
Sure. Awesome. I'd like to thank Dan Brady and Anthony Chow from 2K and Blue Castle for coming by, playing the Bigs. Ricardo, Brad, Aaron, good stuff. Vinny, nice trailer. Be sure to check out tomorrow's episode of Button Mashing. Ryan and Jeff, you guys had fun?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, cool. We'll do this again next Thursday?
Yeah, okay.
Sure. My name is Rich Gallup. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you next week right here on The Spot. Oh!
Low.
Thank you.